My funnels have made me over $500,000 in the last 365 days, and they have a 2x higher conversion rate than market average. So let me walk you through them. So you see right here, these are the earnings I've been able to procure over the last 365 days. I got a $200,000 offer for one of my apps. I made about $59K within 12 months of just one of my AI solutions. I was able to do some custom solutions for like $12,000 here, made over $194,000 with one of my AI businesses. The other one made about $276,000, which is always great to see. And I was also featured on Business Insider last year for my work in AI automation development. And my conversion rate is a 7.2%, and the market average is a 3% for any product that's over $3,000 and under $7,000. So I've been able to beat market average by nearly double, or over double. And this is my dashboard for my analytics. So we're gonna walk through some of my funnels and see how I did it, and then we'll go more in depth on how you can do it for yourself. So this is my AI solutions agency where I build solutions for clientele. So the funnel is very basic. I have an eye-catching headline, and then I have a VSL. And then right after that, I have proof that I can, actually deliver. You want to make sure your proof is very HD, 4K images. It has to look aesthetic. Right now, UI is everything. If you are able to show something in this aesthetic format, you will get a lot more interest. So that's something that, you want to do. You can link your actual products. I can link my software into DM, but I decided not to just because I want the visitors to stay on this page as long as possible. And then a nice little animation that I have. Let me just glide through this. Again, just more information of what exactly I offer. And then a nice interactive component that you must have for any business that you build out, because this interactive component increases session time, which automatically will increase the chance of your user actually booking a call. Remember, the whole goal is for the user to book a call. And then competitor analysis and book a strategy call. You book a strategy call, it takes you to a Calendly, and the user can go ahead and book on the Calendly directly. One of the questions I ask is their budget, and this is very important because by asking them for their budget, you understand how much money this client has. So one, if they do $0 to $3,000 and I'm only taking on $10,000 plus clients, why would I even entertain, this under $3,000 client, So I'm looking for this 10K to 50K range. Even to put 3K to 10K, this is okay because you can always get them on a payment plan. So then eventually they can afford a product that's over $10,000. So just keep this in mind. Another app I have is Agent Fast. This is a template where you can go ahead and build your own agent. In a situation like this where Agent Fast is about $197, so it's much cheaper than let's say a $3,000 or $10,000 product or service, you don't need a entire video sales letter. You could simply just have a product demo and walk them through the demo.
Welcome everyone to Agent Fast. This
is me walking them through the product. It's just a YouTube embedding. This is free. I didn't have to pay for this VSL at all. Anyone can record this. You just film your screen, film a face cam, and put it on YouTube and embed it into your website. Show some UI, screenshots. Again, UI is everything. I use very popping colors to help people get converted into buying this product. And then I have the CT at the bottom, and you get Agent Fast. It's an easy checkout. Right? So that's two funnels already we went over. I have a very similar funnel for my create viral short videos in minutes SaaS, which is quick shorts. It looks very similar to the one you just saw. More examples. This is super simple. I just have no credit card required. This requires a sign-in. So I have users start with a free account and they can go ahead and get, I'm already logged in, so I can go ahead and do what I need to do. But for users who don't have an account, they have to create one. This is more for an AI products. Right, quick shorts and Agent Fast are more for AI products where you don't really need a book a call stage, but for agencies or service-based businesses, you do need to book a call. My AI educational website, this is definitely a little more invested into this, like the next level when it comes to a landing page. I have what's called a VTurb. It essentially allows this bar to make it look like this video is shorter than it actually is. I have an eye-catching headline, and then this is a type form, which leads to a Calendly booking page, a lot of social proof. A bunch of students I've worked with, help them scale their AI businesses, right? So this is like irrefutable. You have video demos, you have screenshots. This makes anyone who goes on this website automatically know that, this guy is a real deal. He's helped hundreds of students grow their AI businesses to over 5K, 10K, 20K a month. And I have the entire outline. So this is probably one of my best funnels that I have, and we'll explore a little bit further later on in this video. But these are just some example funnels I want to show you. And if you think you cannot do this because I'm some sort of genius, I'm totally not. Let me give you real proof of that. So my student Tessa, I literally told her I'm making a YouTube video. Could I get some screenshots of your funnel? She designed a funnel for her AI agency where she works with vascular clinics. It's a pay per result type service she's offering. and she has a great ROI calculator that looks extremely beautiful, very eye-catching. And she goes over like procedures per month, average revenue per procedure. And then she has realistic performance times, and then she has a voice agent demo right here. So you can go ahead and copy this number and directly call it. And you can do it right now. If you're really interested in her product, go ahead and call the number and see how amazing it is. And it has a video demo as well where she goes over more in depth, which is great. And yeah, just more information about exactly what the offer is. It's a very simple funnel. Again, schedule call button right here. Real proof of the product in action. So if you're launching an AI product, make sure you have demos. And if you're launching an AI service like I am with custom solution building, make sure you have a full-on VSL converting the lead into someone who understands more of your agency and service. All right, cool. So with that being understood, let's go ahead and kind of outline this. See how I have a clear headline for both of my funnels, my AI education business, which is worth multiple six figures, as well as my AI solutions agency, which is also worth multiple six figures. Both have a VSL directly under it, because if you're selling a product that's 4 figures or 5 figures in cost, you need to have a VSL. People need to see your face. People need to feel like you're directly talking to them, because if they do not feel that, they're not going to want to buy your product, right? You gotta make that connection with them. In my VSLs, I call out my target ICP in the first 5 seconds. So if I'm selling to like vascular clinics, let's say I was Tessa, right? I would say vascular clinic surgeons. If I'm selling solutions to creators and like content creators, you want to call out your avatar right away, and then you want to address the pain points of the ICP. You want to show proof of real work and results. You want to have a clear CT at the end, which is like usually click the button to book a free call with me. Okay, you do not need fancy editing, just record a slide deck if needed. Trust me, I'm working on a client that's worth over $30,000. My entire VSL for them was just a slide deck, that's all, no editing, nothing. These 2 VSLs definitely have more editing, but it's not a requirement. Now, going to this funnel, one thing I want to show is a thank you page. So after the user books a call with me, they get redirected to this thank you page. And you can see one thing I make sure that the lead does is they accept the Google Calendar invite. This is something that's extremely important when you're using any calendar booking tool like Calendly or Cal.com. Leads literally forget to accept the invite, so it does not appear on their calendar. If this does not appear on the calendar, the chances of them actually showing up to the call actually drops by 20%. And this is tracked through hundreds of calls I've done. I have a thank you page for my solutions agency as well as my education AI business, because you need a thank you page to keep warming up the lead even after they've already booked the call with you, right? So in this case, for education business, I have a Google Calendar invite. I have some YouTube videos I've created that just show more of what I do, what I offer, real case studies of students who've been able to go to $6,000 plus a month, and even a real example of a voice AI receptionist that a student has built and sold before. And I require the user to accept each part so they can get a special message from you. This is an extra video that I filmed. Zero editing was put into this video. Anyone can record this. Literally get your phone and start recording like this. It's totally fine. And this, again, will just further warm up the lead. So even after done booking a call, they consume more of your content, they understand more exactly what you offer, and they just believe you more. They see real examples. They see real interviews. And as you gain more testimonies, this thank you page should be even bigger. After a thank you page, you want to make sure you are tracking absolutely everything in your business, especially when it comes to leads and they show up, whether they close or not, because this will give you an accurate assessment of how your business is doing. So you see right here, I have leads' personal information, their name, date of the call, number, email, Instagram. This way I can reach out to them before the call even starts. Let's say like a day or 2 days before the call. I try to reach out to them as fast as possible. Speed to the lead matters, meaning the sooner you reach out to a lead, the higher the chance that they'll actually show up on the call. Because if you're already in conversation with them like a day prior, I've seen that I've gone from a 60% show up rate to a 90% plus show up rate just because I text the leads via the phone number within 48 hours before the call. Okay, 48 to 24 hours is extremely important. I cannot emphasize that enough. It's literally made my show up rate go from 60 to 90% plus, which if someone doesn't show up to a call, you can't close them, right? So your show up rate has to be at least 90%. If it's not, you're doing something wrong. I also have the money to invest right here. So even if a lead does not end up being closed, I can see how much money they have to their name. I can go ahead and reach out to them later on if it makes sense. And if I see that they don't have anything, right, and they can't invest, if I'm selling a $10,000 product, they have this much to invest, well, there's no point of even hopping on the call. So I'll go ahead and cancel it and set the notification. For this specific product, it was not 5 figures, it was 4 figures. But you can see I track the status, was this person closed, I have notes, where's the lead coming from. The UTM source UTM campaign, I didn't have UTM links, but usually I do have UTM links so I can see where the source is coming from. This is extremely important. If you don't have UTMs in your system when it comes to lead tracking, you're missing out. And I'll show you my UTM system in a later video, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss it. And then I check if status is closed. I also label the closer. So I have someone who handles the sales calls. If you do not have someone who handles sales calls, then it's probably just gonna be you, right? So that's totally fine. That's the case, right? You don't need a sales call person in the beginning. In fact, you should have sales training in the beginning. And if you're making above $5,000 a month, you should not have to be the person on the sales calls. As a founder, you need to be doing something that's more important, right? I work with people making over $20,000, $25,000 a month, and some of them are still on sales calls. If they just stop hopping on the sales calls and just pay a sales or a closer 10 to 15% of every single deal, they think they're losing out on money that they would have made otherwise. But that's time you get back. A sales call might take 1 hour on average. Imagine spending that hour actually doing, creating content to post online, fixing up your system, fixing up your tracking system. We're building out new solutions. This is what's actually going to 10x your business. A sales call will not 10x your business. They're trading your time for money. This should not be happening. Okay, so please hire someone, delegate this closer column should barely be you, right? These are some old leads. So I used to do sales calls in the beginning. Now I have a closer. If it comes to any deal that's over $30,000, then yes, I will be the closer for that. I will seal the deal. I don't have a closer right now who can do 30K deals, but I do have a closer who can do 10K, 15K deals, right? So at a certain threshold, I decide to come on the sales call myself. Now, one important part of your entire booking system is the automations that are in place. So look right here. Before the call even happens, again, you want to follow up the lead as soon as the lead comes in, because speed to lead is important. See right here, I have a Zapier automation that will send a message to me on Discord. The moment the lead books a call, I see their annual income they put in, I see their status, I see the investable amount, and I also see the day of the call, which is redacted right now. And then when that happens, just engage in light conversation with the lead to form a mini relationship. And you want to ask any screening questions like, hey, I see that you're a student and you have under $1,000 to invest. Do you understand this product is something that costs a couple of thousands of dollars to, be a part of or get the service of? And they say, oh, wait, I didn't know, I thought it was free. Even on the website, if you say this costs like $10,000, $5,000, you're still gonna get people book a call with you and think it's free. It just happens. I don't know why. Some people can't read. It is what it is. So to not waste your time on that sales call or your closer's time, make sure you yourself or the closer reaches out to these leads when they come in. Your closer should be the one who is reaching out to these leads though. It should not be you. If it's you, there's a problem. Your closer is supposed to be the person handling the sales. This is that closer's lead. So tell your closer, your sales guy or woman, this is your lead. Talk to them, form a relationship, and get that call booked. And if it's not booked already, just make sure they show up on the call. And once they show up on the call, make sure you close them, right? The sooner the relationship is built, the easier it'll be on the call to book. In the post-call phase, if the lead does not convert, right, you want to send a 24-hour follow-up with social proof text saying, hey, this is a text that I've sent that's landing me a 15K deal with the lead who was just very confused on whether he should be a part of my service because he had the funds, but it was a big investment. So I understood that. However, with this social proof, he ended up converting, right? So it matters a lot. It matters a lot what you're able to share. And even if the lead does or doesn't close after the call, please be sure to thank them. It's just good courtesy. It establishes a good relationship regardless of what happens next. And people will remember good relationships. Okay, you probably remember your favorite girlfriend or your favorite boyfriend, right? So go ahead and form a relationship so even if they decide to come back, they don't feel afraid to reach out back to you, okay? And if the lead does respond with like disinterest and says, this isn't for me, whatever, provide a discount or mark the lead as a postpone in lead tracking sheet for a 30-day follow-up, okay? So if you go back to the lead tracking sheet right here, you see I have postpone, right? 920. This lead could not afford right now, right? He's a college student. There's a couple of $1,000s to be a part of my service. So I was like, okay, I'll reach out to him again on September 20th. This contact was probably from August. So I give a 30-day follow-up to myself. And the reason I do this is because that way my closer knows, okay, on this date, I'm gonna go ahead and follow up with this lead because maybe they couldn't afford it back then, right? But maybe now on September 20th, they can afford it. It's been a month, things change. So your follow system needs to be dialed in. If not, you're just going to miss out on leads that didn't have money back then, but now they do. So they'll be willing to, you know, go and hire you to create that AI solution for them, or hire you to educate them as business owners, or whatever the case may be. Now, the last part I want to quickly show you is an analytical platform. I personally use DataFast, but there's a bunch of other platforms that you can leverage. So this will tell you, you know, what country people are coming from, how many visitors you have on your website, the bounce rate. This is the last 7 days. And you can also track your conversion rate. So I believe on that's when I checked, my conversion rate was a 7.2%. Now it is an 8.1% for lead who comes on here and actually books a call. And this is a platform that I highly recommend. It's only $9 a month, so it's pretty cheap. It's not a sponsorship at all, by the way. It's literally what I just use. I'm giving you guys free game on what I use. But you see the number of visitors that come to my landing page, about 88.5% of them actually booked the call. And then from this amount, 29% of them actually go and get to the thank you page. So this means even after on the book a call page, some of them either don't book the call, or they book the call and click and they close their browser before they even get to the thank you page. So this tells me, all right, I need to do a better job of making sure the person goes from this stage to this stage. I need to increase this right here. This is how you look at your funnel. This is how you get your funnels and fix the small parts of your funnel, so your overall conversion rate of your entire funnel is much better. People don't dive into their funnels as much as this for their AI business, right? They're making 20, 30K a month. They're happy with that. Dude, if you're not making at least 60K a month, right? What are you doing? The AI gold rush we're in is huge. Any AI business can succeed. Product, service, education. So if you're missing out in these simple steps, that's probably why you're missing out on unlimited gains. To learn more about how I made $500,000 running 2 AI businesses, watch this video next.